Meyer, let's talk a bit, and I think to follow up on the judge's overview, it might be interesting. You had 2 clerkships, and it would be interesting to know, if somebody who had 2 clerkships, what's it like when you first walk in? What should people expect when they walk into a judge's chambers and have to perform this role?
Well, I think it depends on the clerkship. I think that the 2 that I have are both appellate clerkships, and so in a lot of, there are more similarities than differences. I think that I've often had a little bit of regret about not doing a district court clerkship, because I think that learning some things that are very different in a district court, and not just different from an appellate court, but different from what you learn in law school. I have largely an appellate practice now, and the sort of dirty secret of that is that it really is just kind of doing the sort of thing that you learned in law school if you haven't learned how to do all the other stuff they don't teach you in law school. And I think that district court clerkship is something where the clerks actually interact with lawyers in many judges' chambers, not all, because the lawyers will go on the case. We'll see trials, which you won't see obviously in appeals courts. You see legal arguments. I think any clerkship, you see a whole range of lawyers from really excellent to really awful. But maybe bigger range in the district court than you will elsewhere, probably more variety. So, one of the things about practicing law is that there are a lot of things that are not in the case books that they don't teach you in law school. There isn't any formal way of learning about, and I think that.
Like what kinds of things?
What kinds of things? Well, as I'm sure Judge Rakoff would tell you, every federal district judge just knows discovery disputes. There is no course that's going to teach you about what is a reasonable demand about when a deposition is going to happen, how long it can go on, how many hours of it are needed, what sorts of objections, are okay, what aren't okay. And that's without even getting into another favorite of judges. I think the feature of New York trial court practice that involves people writing letters back and forth to the record about who's being more unreasonable. There are other things that are maybe less socially counterproductive too. But look, a lot of pretty much, there's sort of written rules and unwritten rules. There are a lot of unwritten rules that go by just sort of what's common practice. And I think that at least on the federal side, federal district court is really where the rubber hits the road on a lot of these things. And it's incredibly valuable to actually do what most law firm associates spend very little time doing, which is actually being in court and seeing and experiencing what's going on. So there's a lot, I think, that's new for people walking into a clerkship. The reading cases and writing part, less new because you've done a little of that in law school, but so much else is, that's sort of your blank slate, and it's a little frightening. It's a great learning.